So recently I got a hold of one of the load-bearing vests from Special Operations Equipment. You probably can't get one, but I did. So anyway, I'm going to go into Nat's detail on what is up with this thing. There's actually a whole lot going on with this piece of gear. It's not cheap, and there's a reason. So if you want to know more about the load-bearing vest from Special Operations Equipment, stick around. Or if you're jealous as hell, just hang out and cry while I talk about how cool this thing is. Alright, so I want to do this video with nothing on this vest so you can see all of the detail that's in this piece of gear. The only thing that we're going to be looking at here that's not part of the vest is the duty belt, also from SOE. It has the soft Velcro on the inside, which is important for this vest, and I'll get into it. Left and right is identical. There are the front panels, there is a back panel, and then there's the whole yoke system. I'm going to start with just the kind of general overview. So this thing's for carrying a bunch of weight. It is sort of the next evolution in some of the Alice era gear that the military was using. I have one of the, I think it's the EV88 harness, the one with the slanted magazine pouches. It's really cool, so you can hold 6 mags up on your chest and get that off your belt, so you have more room for more water, maybe. This is just kind of the next evolution of that. So you've got 3 adjustable buckles in the front here. So if you need to, you can pop this thing open and it can sort of kind of work like a split front chest rig. You got your adjustment right here in the front for up and down. You also have that in the same spot on the back side of the harness, so you can adjust your yoke forward and back once your panels are in the right spot. You've also got a couple of adjustment straps on the side in the back. So not only can you adjust the panels and where they sit just in the front, but also in the back as well. So you can size it front to back, get it as tight as you can when you're just wearing a t-shirt, and then most likely if you have to layer up, it's a little colder, maybe you're starting to get fat, that's when you would give yourself a little more room in the front here to do whatever it is that you need to do. Okay, so on the front panel here, there's kind of 2 separate sections to where the molly is. So you've got 5 columns of molly that are 4 rows tall, and then you've got another, it's sort of 4, but there's buckles in the way, another 4 columns with 3 rows of molly. So you could fit easily a saw pouch, or even one of these taller, general purpose pouches would fit in the front, but not so much toward the side. One of the things that John mentioned in his video about this thing is the Velcro right here. He said that if you're running the Rally Man pouches or any other sort of Velcro pouch, you can take the Velcro from your flap and stick it to this to keep your pouch open. I think this is 2-inch, and it's got 3 pass-throughs. You can see where the stitching is, so it'll pass through sort of if you had something that could fit right here or larger right there. What would you do with that? I'm really not sure, but it's there. You've got the 3 buckles in the front. I already mentioned the adjustment here. Man, this is hard to do. The adjustment here in the back, and it's the same on the other side, but there's also this buckle that is intended for the hydration pouch that SOE makes, the hydration pack. This clips in near the bottom of that. Also on these front panels, if you go to the inside, they have a zipper pouch. That's not, I guess it's not really a pouch, maybe a pocket, I don't know. But the entire harness is pockets. So this goes all the way to the back. So you can put your maps in here, anything flat, John had recommended putting some sort of rigid foam isomat type of material into that slot just to kind of make things a little more rigid and distribute the weight a little more evenly from your torso to your hips. Also, if you did end up in water, if you've got some isomat, something that's kind of buoyant in there, you're slightly less likely to drown, and drowning is something I'm afraid of, so I don't want any part of that drowning business. So the other major thing with this harness, and I'm sorry this is kind of hard to see, but I can't see it when it's on me. It's got these loops. I think there are 6 of them, and those are for wrapping around the belt. So the SOE belt has soft Velcro on the inside, and these have the hook Velcro that will mate with that, but it's also got the snap. It's also got the snap, just like the original load-bearing equipment had. So on top of having the snap, it's also got the Velcro to hold it in place front to back, which is one of the things that really irritated me with some of the Alice era stuff, is how easily some of the stuff can shift left and right. Okay, the back panel is fairly simple. It is hard to see. It is 4 columns of MOLLE wide and 3 high, so you could put, you could still fit a saw pouch on there, actually. It's intended for the butt pack to go back here. I'll get into that in a minute. And I probably wouldn't want to put a saw pouch or anything very hard right there. You wouldn't want to fall on that and give yourself even worse spinal issues than you might already have. Also, with the back side of this thing, it is also a pocket, so it has a Velcro opening in the top. So you can open that. And it's, again, the entire size of the thing is a pocket, so I can fit my whole hand in there. Again, flat stuff. Maybe if you weren't going to have anything on the back and you were going to like sit in a vehicle a lot, military vehicles especially are not comfortable. So if you needed that little bit of like the lumbar support, I guess this is kind of in about the right spot that you could put some sort of padding in there just for a little extra comfort. If you're into that sort of a thing. Before I get to the harness, I just want to point out these 2 buckles right here. And these are specifically for clipping into the top of the Special Operations Equipment butt pack, which I have. And it's definitely going to go on here. So probably the next video is going to have the SOE hydration pouch and butt pack on this. So you can kind of see how that all fits together. But that's what these 2 straps and buckles are for. So, like I mentioned earlier, you've got your height adjustment on the back, just like on the front. You've got your sturdy carry handle. I believe, and this is going to be hard to see on camera too, especially with it being all camouflage and shit, there's these Velcro tabs right here that would go across the, like the back of your shoulders, basically. I think this is your size adjustment. That's what I think this is. So you could kind of fold over the Velcro a little bit. I'm not going to do it. But you could fold over the Velcro a little bit and kind of bring your shoulder straps closer together if you're like a little tiny feller or something. I believe that's what that is for. So on this whole back strap deal, it is a pass-through over the shoulder pads. And these shoulder pads are pretty thick, pretty well padded. Definitely going to be comfortable for carrying all your shit. And speaking of pass-throughs, the whole damn length of this thing. Let's see, how can I do this without it being in a fucking shadow? All right, so you see right here, and right there. Those are pass-throughs that run all the way to the back. So John said that that could be for like putting your flex cuffs. Flex cuffs. Real big zip ties. All right, real big zip ties so you can zip tie somebody up. I might have 2 somewhere. I should probably get some more. But if you've got something really thin and long, you know, you can pass through there. The other thing that could fit there is maybe an antenna. If you had a radio, you need to run your antenna somewhere, you could snake it through one of these. And so there are 2 on each of the shoulder pads. Again, on the pass-throughs. So this is on the front side. So right here where it sits on you is another loop with a pass-through. And then a Velcro, a little Velcro piece right there. So you can pass something through, or if you've got something that you might need to take on and off, there's a little Velcro flap. So you wouldn't have to pass it through, you just sit there, Velcro over. So that would be cool. So I just want to mention the SOE belt again real quick, since it pairs really well with this harness. It has the soft Velcro on the inside. And so that is where it will mate up with the hook Velcro on these loops. It's not required. You know, you could get away with just an old like Alice era GI belt, like that would work just fine. But if you do get one of the SOE duty belts, I mean this belt isn't even that expensive. Especially for what is it, sturdy as hell, plastic buckle, so you're not scratching the shit out of your freaking $2,000 space blaster, you know. Don't want to put scratches on your gun. Plastic belt, or plastic buckle, very rigid, very sturdy. I dig it. I'm going to put a bunch of shit, I'm going to put an unhealthy amount of weight on this rig. That's the plan anyway, so stay tuned for that. And if you want one of these, you could go and look at the Special Operations Equipment website. There'll probably be a link somewhere, but they don't keep those things in stock. They're kind of a niche item. They've been out of fashion, what with the whole global war on terror going on lately. But the whole carrying a whole bunch of shit idea, carrying everything that you would need to be out for a while in case you get left behind, or if there's like, you know, no DoD supply chain supporting you. This stuff's kind of coming back into fashion. I've always thought it was cool. Always. I've thought this stuff was cool since I was a kid. So you can go check it out on the website. It ain't going to be there to buy. I think you could try and email John and close your eyes, open your wallet, and maybe you'll get one. Or you can do what I did and just be very, 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 very patient. And when someone puts one up for sale on the Facebooks or maybe eBay, you close your eyes, open your wallet, and you just might get one. I think that's all I got on this thing. There's definitely more to come, hopefully soon. And yeah, stay tuned for the next bit in this series on the Special Operations Equipment Load Bearing Vest. Good timing. My light just died.